What if I told you the heaviest weight you carry isn't your age, but the regrets and broken dreams inside your heart, and that Buddhist wisdom holds the key to finally letting it go? Have you ever noticed that the heaviness inside your heart cannot be erased by sleep, by entertainment, or even by success? That weight doesn't come from the passing of years, but from what we carry within. Regrets that never fade, expectations that have collapsed, stories that keep repeating, and attachments we cannot release. The Buddha once said, "Clinging is suffering, letting go is freedom." These words are not just ancient wisdom, they are medicine for the restless mind of today. Think of your heart as a backpack you've been carrying since youth. Every disappointment, every broken promise, every old fear is like a stone inside it. And as we age, it's not time that makes us tired. It's the stones we refuse to put down. What if, instead of adding more, you learned the art of removing? Imagine walking through life with an empty bag, light, free, ready to receive only what truly matters. This is the invitation of Buddhist wisdom, to let go of what no longer serves you so your inner peace can finally breathe. Ask yourself right now, what are you still holding on to that hurts you? Is it a regret about something you didn't do? A relationship that ended long ago? Or perhaps the belief that your worth depends on what you achieve? These invisible burdens can quietly steal your joy. True aging gracefully is not about how many wrinkles appear on your face, but how much peace lives in your heart. To let go is not weakness. It is an act of deep strength. Because when you release what weighs you down, you don't lose. You gain the space for wisdom, serenity, and a freedom that nothing outside can give. So today, take one small step. Notice the stone you've been carrying the longest, and place it gently on the ground. We will now arrive at the very first teaching in today's video, freedom from toxic relationships. As we grow older, we begin to realize that peace matters far more than proving ourselves, holding grudges, or staying tied to relationships that quietly drain our soul. Yet so many of us confuse loyalty with sacrifice. We convince ourselves that enduring toxicity is noble, that staying in someone's orbit even when they poison our spirit is a form of love. But this is not loyalty. This is self-abandonment. The Buddha once offered a vivid image. Clinging is like holding on to a burning coal. Before you can ever throw it at another, you are the one who gets burned. In the same way, when we cling to toxic bonds out of fear, guilt, or obligation, we scorch our own heart long before any healing can happen. Think of life as a journey with a backpack on your shoulders. Every joyful connection you keep is like food, water, or shelter packed inside. It sustains you, but every harmful relationship is like a heavy rock. At first, you think you can carry it. With time, the weight begins to press on your back, making each step slower, heavier, more painful. Imagine reaching old age still carrying that same backpack filled with rocks. You will look back and realize that the suffering was never from the road itself, but from the unnecessary weight you refuse to put down. Letting go does not mean cruelty. It does not mean you stop caring, nor that you erase someone from your heart. It means you choose wisdom over bondage. It means protecting your inner peace, which becomes more precious than any illusion of loyalty. True compassion sometimes means walking away, because staying in a destructive bond prevents both you and the other person from growing. This wisdom is especially urgent in the later stages of life. In youth, we often think we are infinite. We endure things longer than we should. But as age advances, every moment becomes more valuable. Why waste a single heartbeat in the shadow of a relationship that steals your light? Why let guilt or fear keep you trapped when the truth is simple? You deserve freedom and you deserve peace. And perhaps you ask, how can I truly let go when my heart still remembers, when my mind still circles around old ties? The first step is clarity, to see the bond for what it is, not what you wish it to be. The second step is courage, to choose yourself, even when the world tells you that self-sacrifice is more admirable. The third step is compassion, to forgive, to release without hatred, to bless from a distance. Letting go is not the end of love. It is the beginning of self-love. It opens space for healthier connections, for relationships that truly uplift instead of diminish you. The empty backpack becomes light again, allowing you to walk freely toward the peace you have always longed for. So, if there is one truth to carry from this first principle, it is this. Your inner peace is worth protecting, even if it means saying goodbye. Only by setting down the heavy stones of harmful relationships can you walk toward the freedom that Buddhist wisdom has always pointed us to. When we release the weight of toxic relationships, a gentle question arises within. How can we face the inevitable passage of time without fear? Today we journey into embracing aging without fear, an invitation to see the hidden beauty and wisdom in every wrinkle, every silver strand, and every step carrying a lifetime of experiences. Aging is often portrayed by society as decline, a map of wrinkles, gray hair, and slowed steps. Advertisements and cultural messages whisper that youth equals value, and anything beyond it is fading. But this perspective misses a profound truth. Time itself is not the enemy. Fear of aging rather than age itself burdens our hearts. When we shift our view, we realize that every year lived has gifted patience, gratitude, and deeper understanding. Aging is a teacher, guiding us to appreciate subtler joys and a calmer rhythm of life. Consider the story of an elder monk, known for his radiant mind and compassionate heart, whose body had grown frail with age. His hands trembled and his steps faltered, yet those who observed him felt a profound brightness in his presence. He would tell his students that the body is like a lantern. The oil may run low, the flame may flicker, but the light of understanding continues to shine. This metaphor is a reminder that wisdom, patience, and inner peace are not diminished by age, they are revealed through it. As we grow older, comparisons to youth often cloud our minds. We remember the energy, the boldness, and the boundless possibilities of our younger selves, and feel a quiet longing, or even disappointment. Yet every stage of life carries its unique strengths. Youth may have speed and raw energy, but age brings strategy, clarity, and a depth of experience no young body can yet carry. By letting go of comparison, we free ourselves to honor the present and the journey that has shaped us. Practical steps can help cultivate this acceptance. Mindful reflection allows us to notice the gifts of age, patience when dealing with difficulties, empathy for others, and the joy found in small, simple moments. Daily practices like meditation, gentle movement, and gratitude exercises reinforce this shift. They remind us that life's richness is measured not by physical perfection or external achievement, but by the depth of presence, the capacity to love, and the clarity of awareness we cultivate. Imagine greeting each morning not with dread of aging, but with curiosity about what new lessons, insights, or joys the day might hold. Each wrinkle and silver hair becomes a marker of experience, each slower step a reminder of resilience. Embracing aging without fear transforms what once seemed like loss into a sacred rhythm of living, where every breath, every thought, and every heartbeat becomes a thread in the tapestry of enduring wisdom and serene joy. Ultimately, facing aging with acceptance is not resignation. It is empowerment. It is an opportunity to live fully, honoring the body, mind, and spirit, and to cultivate gratitude for a life rich in experiences. The years you have lived are not burdens. They are the foundation of your freedom, serenity, and understanding. By embracing them, you step into a life where fear dissolves, clarity emerges, and inner peace is truly yours. As we let go of the fear of aging, a new realization gently unfolds. Comparing ourselves to the past or to youthful images only disturbs the mind. Now we enter respecting your own journey, an invitation to honor the stage of life you are in and to embrace your own rhythm and growth. In the next part, we will explore the liberating insights that come from releasing comparison and fully valuing your present life. It's natural to glance back at younger days and remember the boundless energy, the fearless ambition, the effortless confidence. Memories of past vitality can stir a quiet longing or even disappointment. I used to be faster, bolder, more admired. Yet this comparison, subtle as it may seem, is a thief. It steals serenity and blinds us to the gifts of the present. Youth has speed, but it does not yet carry patience, clarity, or the depth of wisdom accumulated over decades. Aging, in contrast, offers strategy, insight, and a deeper understanding of life's rhythms. Consider the story of two travelers facing a river. The younger one leaps in impulsively, swimming frantically, almost drowning in haste. The elder, calm and measured, observes the current, finds the gentle bend, and crosses safely. Life, like the river, can overwhelm if approached hastily, but with patience and awareness, even the most challenging waters become navigable. Each stage of life carries its own unique strengths, and recognizing them is the essence of self-respect and inner peace. A woman of 79 shared her experience with learning to exercise again. She had left her neighborhood fitness class years before because she compared herself to younger participants and felt discouraged. Returning, she reframed her practice. She exercised purely for joy, to feel her body, to celebrate her presence, not to measure herself against anyone else. In doing so, she discovered a freedom previously obscured by comparison. This example reminds us that liberation lies in valuing what we have now, rather than longing for what we once had. Practical ways to cultivate this mindset include mindfulness and reflective journaling. Notice moments when your mind drifts to past capabilities or achievements. Gently bring your focus back to the present, the strength of your current body, the clarity of your thinking, the lessons you have gained. Each day offers new opportunities to celebrate small victories, to honor resilience, and to appreciate the depth of experience that only time can provide. By respecting your own journey, you also cultivate compassion for yourself and for others. The impatience, envy, or frustration that comparison creates can dissolve when we recognize that everyone walks a different path, at their own pace, facing unique challenges. Understanding this allows us to stop judging ourselves against a past self or imagined standards and instead to embrace life with gratitude, curiosity, and joy. Ultimately, embracing this perspective transforms aging from a source of anxiety into a source of empowerment. No longer weighed down by what we lack compared to youth, we step into the present with confidence, clarity, and serenity. By seeing each stage of life as a teacher, we find the courage to explore new skills, new joys, and new ways of being without fear or judgment. As we continue, the next part of our journey will guide us to release dependency on others for happiness and cultivate a deep, lasting inner contentment. Together, we will explore how true freedom is born when joy comes from within. Having learned to respect our own journey, a gentle question arises. Where does true happiness reside? In this part of our journey, we turn to cultivating happiness from within, a practice that reminds us that joy cannot be handed to us by others. It must be nurtured within. As we move forward, we will explore the liberating power of self-sourced contentment and how it reshapes our experience of life. Many of us live with the quiet illusion that happiness comes from outside, a partner, a child, friends, recognition, or circumstance. Yet Buddhism teaches us that no one can save us but ourselves. True happiness is cultivated, moment by moment, through conscious choices, mindful attention, and an open heart. This perspective shifts the weight of expectation from the world and places it gently back in our own hands. Consider the gardener who tends a small, overlooked garden. She does not care for the plants to impress anyone or seek approval. She waters, prunes, and nurtures simply because it needs care. Likewise, our inner world is like that garden. It thrives when we give attention and love to it, not when we wait for someone else to validate its worth. The simple act of choosing to engage with life intentionally creates a steady, enduring happiness that does not depend on circumstances or other people. Take the story of Arjun, an 80-year-old man who experienced profound loss after his wife passed and his children moved abroad. At first, he found himself staring at empty walls, waiting for happiness to arrive, expecting reminders or visits. Slowly, he realized life does not wait for anyone, and he began to craft his own light. Daily walks along the river, sketching city skylines, volunteering in the community. These small, deliberate acts became his source of joy. By creating his own invitations to happiness, Arjun discovered a freedom previously denied to him by expectation. This is the essence of cultivating happiness from within, understanding that joy is not delivered, but generated. Practices such as meditation, reflective journaling, gentle exercise, and creative expression are all ways to nurture the mind and spirit. When we take responsibility for our own well-being, comparison, longing, and disappointment naturally begin to soften. We stop chasing validation or fleeting pleasure and begin to savor the quiet, enduring contentment that comes from self-care and presence. By embracing this inner cultivation, we also learn to extend compassion and patience to ourselves. We forgive our own imperfections, release past regrets, and honor our needs and desires without guilt or judgment. Each choice to engage with life intentionally, each act of nurturing our own soul, builds resilience, mental clarity, and a deeper capacity for joy. Ultimately, letting go of reliance on external sources of happiness transforms our perspective on aging and life itself. Instead of feeling diminished by solitude or loss, we recognize the opportunity to explore, create, and find wonder in every moment. The garden of the mind blooms when tended to, even amidst challenges and change. Have you ever heard that quiet whisper inside saying, "I've seen it all. There's nothing left to learn"? It creeps in slowly, subtle yet persistent, especially as we age. But here's the truth. Wisdom doesn't retire with youth. It blooms quietly, waiting in the mud of experience, ready to flower if we remain curious. And as we continue this journey, we arrive at the next chapter. Learning never ends, which invites us to see that age is never a barrier to growth or discovery. In this part, we explore how the mind and spirit can continually expand, bringing new purpose and fulfillment at every stage of life. From the Zen master Haruto, who greets each day as if it were new, to Laya, a 78-year-old woman learning the cello simply for the joy of discovery, we witness that curiosity keeps the spirit alive. Age, the lines on our face, the silver strands, they are the soil nurturing the lotus of wisdom. Each moment becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to experience life with fresh eyes. Have you ever felt the quiet whisper inside saying, "I've seen it all. There's nothing left to learn"? It creeps in slowly, subtle yet persistent, especially as we age. But here's the truth. Wisdom doesn't retire with youth. It blooms quietly, waiting in the soil of experience, ready to flower if we remain curious. In this part of our journey, we explore the liberating idea that it is never too late to learn. Age is not a cage. It is the rich, fertile ground for new understanding. Many believe that older years are for winding down, for stepping back, for letting curiosity fade. But modern Buddhist wisdom invites a different perspective. It reminds us that every wrinkle, every line, every silver strand is not a sign of limitation, but a foundation. Like the lotus that rises from muddy water, our mind's potential for growth remains alive, even after decades of life experience. Take the story of the Zen master Haruto, well into his 80s. Every morning he greeted the day as if it were his first. To a young student, this seemed unnecessary. "Master, why repeat the same rituals every day?" The master smiled, eyes twinkling. "Each day is different. Even in repetition, there is newness to see, new lessons to notice." His life is a testament that learning is a practice, not a phase. Or consider Laya, a 78-year-old widow who recently picked up the cello, not to perform for an audience, not to impress anyone, but simply to discover what her hands and heart could still create. Each note, each practice session was an act of curiosity, a gentle rebellion against the notion that age defines capability. Her story shows us that growth and joy are not privileges of the young. They are gifts available to any mind willing to explore. So when you face the mirror, noticing the silver strands or the lines etched across your face, remember, this mud of age is exactly what nurtures the lotus of wisdom. Let the mind stay curious. Let the heart stay open. Ask yourself, what can I explore today that I never dared before? Learning is not about achieving perfection. It's about embracing possibility. It's about letting your spirit stretch beyond its comfort zone, even if the body moves slower. And here's the most powerful realization. Curiosity itself becomes a form of meditation. The act of learning keeps the mind alive, tender, and vibrant. It quiets comparison, dissolves regret, and fills each day with purpose. No matter your age, your story is still unfolding. You are not finished. You are simply beginning another chapter, one in which the heart and mind can bloom in ways youth could never imagine. As we continue this journey, stepping gently into releasing regret and embracing self-forgiveness, we find ourselves face to face with one of the heaviest burdens of later life, the quiet weight of what-ifs and missed opportunities. Every choice left unmade, every word unsaid, every path we long to take, they linger silently, shaping the rhythm of our days. But what if, in this very moment, we could place all of these regrets down and breathe freely. What if the freedom we seek isn't in forgetting, but in remembering without pain, carrying the lessons of the past without letting them chain our hearts? Buddhist wisdom teaches us that self-compassion is not a luxury, it is essential. You yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and attention. Imagine your lifetime of regrets as a backpack full of heavy stones, each one weighing you down. Now picture setting that backpack gently on the ground. Feel the shift, the relief, the sudden clarity of space opening around you. The act of letting go does not erase the past. It transforms it into a quiet guide, a source of understanding, rather than a source of pain. Take the story of Ming, a woman who spent decades chasing wealth and recognition, often at the expense of herself and others. She carried shame and guilt like invisible chains. Yet in the later chapters of her life, she discovered the profound power of forgiving herself. She came to see her mistakes not as failures, but as teachers that illuminated the path to wisdom and inner peace. By embracing this practice, she remembered her past without being consumed by it, opening her heart to the present in a way she had never experienced before. This practice is not about forgetting nor condoning past mistakes. It is the conscious choice to release old pain, to allow the mind and spirit to breathe, and to open up to the fullness of life in the here and now. When we let go of regret, space arises for gratitude, joy, and meaningful connections. Each moment becomes an opportunity to engage fully with life, to honor the present, and to step forward with clarity and lightness. And as we have let go of regret and learned to forgive ourselves, a new door opens, leading us to the most precious moment, living fully in the present moment, where every breath and every second becomes an opportunity to experience true joy and inner peace. Living fully in the present moment means embracing the life that unfolds around us without clinging to what is past or worrying about what is yet to come. As we take a deep breath here, now, we invite ourselves to be fully present in this instant, the only reality that truly exists. So many of us drift through life, distracted by past regrets or future anxieties, never realizing that the present itself holds the key to lasting peace and joy. Imagine standing in your kitchen as the morning sun filters through the window, the steam rising from your cup of tea, the sound of birds in the trees outside, or the gentle hum of the city waking up. These seemingly ordinary moments are alive with life, and yet they are so often overlooked. Mindfulness teaches us to notice without judgment, to allow the richness of these moments to sink deeply into our awareness. Each breath, each heartbeat, each passing thought becomes an opportunity to reconnect with the essence of our being, to feel the subtle aliveness of existence. When we release the weight of past mistakes, future fears, and comparisons with others, life opens up in a way that feels effortless yet profound. Even the simplest moments, a shared smile, the touch of a loved one, or the gentle sway of leaves in the wind, become treasures. The present is a garden that thrives when we water it with attention and care, a sanctuary where joy can quietly flourish. It is not a fleeting pleasure, but a deep, enduring contentment that arises naturally from being fully awake to life as it is. Consider the flow of a river. The water does not cling to what is past, nor worry about what lies ahead. It simply moves, fully engaged in its journey. We too can learn to navigate life in this way, meeting challenges with presence rather than resistance. Discomfort, loss, and uncertainty are no longer burdens. They become teachers guiding us toward greater understanding and resilience. The more we live fully in the present, the more we cultivate patience, gratitude, and clarity, allowing each moment to nourish the soul. Being present also lays the foundation for a peaceful future. Every mindful act, every intentional choice, every moment of awareness accumulates, creating a life that is balanced, compassionate, and wise. By grounding ourselves in the now, we shape habits and attitudes that naturally extend into tomorrow. The present becomes both a sanctuary and a springboard, a place to rest, a place to learn, a place to build a future anchored in serenity. Ask yourself now, how can I be completely here in this breath, this heartbeat, this fleeting but precious instant? How can I notice the extraordinary within the ordinary, the subtle miracles that surround me daily? Happiness is not something to chase. And peace is not something to earn. They are cultivated in the present, nurtured by every conscious act of awareness and care. Living fully in the present moment is a courageous act. It is a gentle yet powerful invitation to release the chains of past regrets and future anxieties, to step into the simplicity and profoundness of this exact moment. When we do, we discover that true joy, fulfillment, and inner peace have always been available, patiently waiting for us to recognize them. In this awareness, the present is no longer a fleeting instant. It is a living, breathing sanctuary where life, in all its depth and beauty, unfolds fully. As we reach the final moments of our journey together, pause for a breath and feel the quiet truth. Freedom is not in acquiring more, but in knowing how to let go. Those 7 things, the toxic relationships, the fear of aging, the endless comparisons with youth, relying on others for happiness, abandoning the joy of learning, holding on to regret, and forgetting to live fully in the present, have weighed heavily on the soul. Each one released is a stone lifted. Each one embraced with compassion is a seed planted for inner peace. Imagine walking through life lighter, each step unburdened, your heart open, your mind calm, your spirit free. The practice of mindfulness, the warmth of self-compassion, and the spark of curiosity transform ordinary moments into a sanctuary of joy. Life's challenges no longer threaten to shake you, because within you lies an unwavering center of serenity and strength. Now I invite you to take a small yet powerful action. Comment below and share which of these 7 practices you will embrace first. Let your words not only commit you to your own journey, but inspire others to start theirs. And in the next video, we will explore how to deepen these practices and carry this peace further into every aspect of life. Your path toward freedom begins with a single mindful step. Take it now and watch how your world subtly transforms.